Today I'd like to tie for you a salmon fly, and this is the silver gray. The hook I have in the vise is a standard salmon fly hook. This is a size 2. I'm going to use black thread. We're going to attach the thread at the front and put down a base. And at this point the wraps don't necessarily have to be touching. The thread I'm using is 6/0. This is a 70 denier thread. And I'm going to bring that thread back to just about the barb, halfway between the barb and the point of the hook right now. We're going to start off with a tag, and that tag is going to be silver tinsel. And here I have silver and gold tinsel. I'm going to tie it in with the gold side towards me. And I'm going to come back on that just a little ways. Now we're going to take that tinsel and we're going to wrap the tag. We're going to go back. Just 3 turns back, and then we're going to move it forward. Make it tight. And we're going to tie that off just about halfway between the barb and the point. I'm going to leave that tinsel in there. Now we're going to put on what is called the tip. For that, I have yellow floss. I'm going to tie that in. I'm going to wrap that. I'm going to take that back just a small amount. And then I'm going to come forward. And we're going to bring that up to just almost the point. And we're going to tie that off. And I'm going to leave that yellow tinsel in there. Now for the tail, I'm going to use, I have a pair of golden pheasant crests so that it will be thicker. One right on top of the previous. And we're going to get that tail to come to about the bend of the hook. And we're going to tie that in. And now for the butt, I'm going to use a black ostrich herl. And I'm going to tie this in by the tip. But I've trimmed off a little bit of the tip. I want to get to some strong stem. And I'm going to bring this down out of my way. And we're going to wrap that butt. hackle pliers on there. Make that a little easier for myself. And I'm going to tie that off. And I'm going to trim away that excess. I'm going to secure that a little better. You can see the fibers going forward. I'm going to just wrap them in. Now I'm going to take a rib, and this is oval silver tinsel. I'm going to tie that in. I'm going to tie that in on the opposite side. We're going to bring that tie-in right back to that ostrich herl. I'm going to bring this tinsel back also, right back to the black ostrich, and I'm going to bring my thread up to the front. I'm going to go ahead and trim off the two stems from the pheasant crest. And I'm going to bring this up to the bend back of the hook. I'm going to take the yellow floss and I'm going to wrap that forward, and this is just to help build up the body a bit. And it will keep it leveled off. It's got a little bit of a taper there at the back, but that's okay. And bring that right up to the fold back of the salmon hook. And we're going to trim that away. Now I'm going to take the silver floss, or the silver tinsel, and we're going to wrap that in. And we're going to overlap these just slightly. Keep that tight. And we're going to stop at the bend back. And remove that excess. I'm going to take the oval tinsel and I'm going to counter wrap this and palmer this forward. And bring that up to the bend back also. And we'll trim away that excess. Now I'm going to take a grizzly hen feather. This is a saddle. I'm going to tie this in by the tip. And we're going to wrap this hackle. And at this point I am on top of the double section. We're going to tie in as much of this as we can get. I'm going to pull it all towards the back. I'm going to pull it down. Try to split that evenly. And we're going to pull that to the bottom. And we're going back on the hackles a little bit. And we want the majority of the feather on the bottom. There you go, and we'll clean that head up just a bit. Now for the wing, I have a pair of teal flank feathers, and I want them to be just about to the tip there, maybe just slightly longer. This is pretty fat, but I'm going to squeeze them in together. I'm going to hold them there, and I'm going to take the thread and go around the feather itself. And this is going to pull them together. I'm going to remove the excess. And we're going to tie off that head. Make that head nice. We'll take our whip finisher. Remove our thread, and we're going to put some head cement on the head. And here we have the silver gray. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friend. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.